Good morning, it's LaShawna, and we are about to open up our Airbnb, Nanna's house. So let's take a tour. So we have placed a table here so that if people have bags or anything in their hands and they need to lay it down to be able to enter the code on the door, they can lay it down. And we've got a chess table, and there's also some checkers underneath there. We've got 5 really nice gliders. There's a fan with lights on it if people wants to use it at nighttime. So let's go inside. So we have a massage chair, a recliner, love seat, and a sofa. And over by the sofa we have a desk with a printer, and there are some supplies, office supplies under here. And we have additional office supplies over here in the secretary. We've got a few games in the top drawer of the secretary. And this pulls out. We were wanting to use this as a desk originally, but you can't scoot a chair up underneath it. So we added that desk, so if anyone needed to use a chair with the desk, they could use that. But we have an additional power supply here. We have a smart TV. We provide YouTube TV on all of the TVs. We've got 3 bedrooms with TVs and this one. And there's games in this cabinet. We have the master bedroom. It's a king size bed, California king, and there's end tables on each side, and there's a place to store clothes on each side. And we have another one of the luggage racks in here, and each room has extra pillows and extra sheets. And on each side of the bed there is a lamp, and on the lamp there is places to charge devices, and there's also one on each side of the headboard. And there is the white noise sleep machine. Smart TV for this room. And we've also tried to provide a place to sit down in case somebody wants to sit to put their shoes on or lay their clothes out or put their luggage. Now we are to the queen room. There's also a noisemaker. Now the closet is our owner's closet, so we've got cleaning supplies and things like that, extra supplies in there, so that is not for guest use. And this toy box has a variety of toys and games and puzzles. On each side of the bed is a lamp, and there's places to plug in electronic devices if needed. We come to the hallway. The first door on the right has a day bed on the right, and there's a trundle down here that pulls out for additional bed space. And we've got another twin bed on this side of the room, so that's actually 3 beds in this room. And we've got our smart TV, and then we've got luggage racks. They don't have to stay out. You can fold them and put them out of the way if you want. And down the hall is another closet where there's various items in there, like a food steamer and a crock pot. Now onto the bathroom. Behind the door there's a laundry basket and clothes hamper. And we have a mat that you can put on the bottom of the bathtub. There's also a bath towel mat to use on the floor. Plenty of toilet paper. And we are providing Epsom salt, and there's some shavers in case someone forgets to bring their shaver. We've got cotton balls, Q-tips, I call them ponytail holders. We've got barrettes and hair clips and hairpins. And this one has little bitty emery boards, which are adorable. And there's some fingernail clippers and eyebrow tweezers. And we've got dental picks. And I've made some homemade makeup remover. And we've got makeup remover cloths. And there's additional things down here in case people forget something. We have like hairspray, deodorant, toothbrush with toothpaste, shaving cream, and sunscreen. Anything that I thought that someone would need and be a little aggravated if they forgot, I've tried to supply it. We've got a couple of hair dryers, and there's also quite a bit of space for people to put their own items. A little bit down there, there's some extra toilet paper down there, and that's empty. And we've also got a first aid kit, and I believe there were some small first aid kits down in the in case you forgot something basket, in case they wanted to go to like a state park or something and take with them in case they might have some boo-boos. Also wanted to mention that we've put lights underneath the counter in the bathroom that will work as a night light. And in the hallway there is a chalkboard if there's kids that wants to draw. I guess adults can do it too if they want. Also wanted to mention in the living room there is a mini split for heating and cooling, and each of the bedrooms has their own mini split. But there's also a gas heater in the kitchen by the utility room, just in case someone needs additional heating. Okay, so here is a view of the kitchen. And on into the living room. And our table is set up with 8 chairs, and there's a one leaf that's put in it, but there is an extra leaf in the bedroom with the twin beds if anyone needs additional table space. And we've got a pantry over here, and I typically try to keep like some teas and some hot chocolate, and I tend to leave snacks for guests. And there's a few items that I've supplied down here, but also guests, if they leave anything, we can put them down here. But there is a warning that some of these items are left by guests, so use at your own discretion. And we have the utility room or laundry room. We do supply detergent and fabric softener. And there's a few cleaning items and miscellaneous supplies over here. There's like a stand mixer, a deep fryer, extra garbage bags, immersion blender, electric knife. There's an iron here. I feel like our kitchen is very well equipped, which we love to cook, so we do have a lot of items here for cooking. And we tried to label each of the cabinets as to what's in them. And we do try to leave salt, pepper, vegetable oil spray, and olive oil, coconut oil. I did buy some vegetable oil in a bottle, but it was too big to fit under here, so it is over in the pantry. And there's some more items for cooking up there. And we have a nice hood for the range, and it does actually suck the air up into the attic. It does not blow it back into this room anymore. The original one with the house did blow it back into the room, but we upgraded on that. We've got our range. There's additional cooking supplies here, and again we've tried to label on our cabinets what's in the drawers. And down here's quite a few skillets. We've got an air fryer, and there's additional outlets in case someone wants to take the toaster, which is down there, and move it over here. If they want to move the blender, which is over there, over here. Also, if somebody wants to charge their electronics, they can do that. And there's quite a few cabinets down here and up there with things to cook and eat with. We've got the plates and bowls and drinking glasses up here. And over here we have more drinking glasses. This place does sleep 7, so we do have plenty of dishes for people to utilize while they're here. And we have the dishwasher. And I don't drink coffee, but it was important to me to provide a good coffee station. My husband loves coffee, so I definitely wanted to have a good supply for that. So we typically try to keep both trays of these full of K-cups. And some people, like my mom, she isn't real comfortable using K-cups, so she would prefer to use a regular coffee maker. So we got a combo on that. And here's additional things for using the coffee station. And my husband was really excited to provide syrups to go in the coffee. We've also got sugar, non-dairy creamer, and there's also some of the non-dairy creamer that's liquid over here. We got coffee stir sticks, coffee filters, and this is air fryer trays. And we do have disposable coffee cups in case someone wanted to take some coffee when they left. And I put the lids in here. I didn't want dust or dirt getting in them, so I put them in a container that had a lid. And we've got some straws, and there is our toaster. And there's our coffee mugs. And I know some people's not comfortable using spices and things that's left at Airbnbs, but we do have a rack here with a variety of spices in case anyone wants to use those. And we have the refrigerator. I typically try to leave some drinks for guests, and I do try to leave mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup, which I know some people are a little freaked out about using things like that, but they are here if someone needs to use it. And I have left some ice packs. I'm not sure if anyone will really want to use them or not, and I might take them out eventually, but for now they're here. Oh, and I didn't show, I typically try to leave a drying mat and a cutting board. And Wayne wanted to leave some little cookies over by the coffee station in case someone wants to have some cookies with their coffee. And I like to leave 1 or 2 dish towels depending on how many people's here and how long they're going to stay. And for our backup, we do have a lockbox for a key, so that if the electronic one goes dead, people the code to get into that to get the actual key to get into the house. And on the outside, we have a windshield cleaner station, like what they used to have at gas stations. And we do have a fish pond with lots of little fishies out here, and we do leave food in case guests want to feed the fish. And now we're on the back porch. There's 2 tables that have 4 chairs at each one of them. There's one here and one down there. And then we've got a bench here, and we've also got a leaf blower. There tends to be a bunch of leaves that comes in here, and I don't know exactly how they're getting in, but we're leaving that in case somebody wants to blow the leaves out. And then we've got a glider, and inside this trunk we've got a cooler, and we've got a giant Jenga block game and some camp chairs in case somebody wants to go to like Rock Island or Fall Creek Falls. They're welcome to use those. And we have a cornhole game. Here's the other table, and at each end of the porch there is a fan that's got lights on it. There's the other fan, and there's also a few games out here on the back porch. And there's some things like frisbee and mini Jenga games in the cabinet here. And it's got a decent sized backyard. And there's a bit of a patio area back here. And we have a old barbecue grill back here. We do not supply charcoal or wood for the fire pit or for the grill, but people are welcome to use it if they want. We have the fish pond and some picnic tables, and there's the fire pit, and there's a decent parking area. By the garage we have a trash can for bagged trash,
And there's another one here in case one isn't enough.
there's room for at least 4 vehicles in the parking area. And there's the front yard. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention, in the kitchen, there's also the lights under the counter that can be used kind of like a night light. And we have motion lights by the microwave under the cabinets. And there's some of the artwork in the hallway.
Thank you so much for taking the time to view our Airbnb tour. And if you're ever in the McMinnville, Tennessee area, please consider staying at Nanna's house. And stay tuned to our channel for future Airbnb updates and videos of our remodel. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.